Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Akmal bin Abdurrahim from class BA114-3D. In this video, I will talk about the uses of national income statistic. The national income statistic is the one of the significant indicators that is used to gauge the economic health of a country. It represents the total currency value of all goods and services produced over a specific time period. Besides, economists use the national income to describe the size of the economy of a nation. The use of national income statistic is first, standard of living indicators. Standard of living reflects the individual's welfare because it shows how much goods and services can be consumed by each individual in a country. It can be measured by GDP per capita. The rationale is the more goods and services that households benefit from, the higher the increase in consumption opportunities, which in turn increase the standard of living. The standard of living can be compared based on two different perspectives, which is first, to compare the standard of living over time, and second, to compare the standard of living across countries.
Assalamualaikum and hi. So for my part, I will be explaining the government planning and policies in Georgia. Without wasting much time, as we know, the governments of Georgia consequently try to suppress inflation to tolerable levels by adopting conservative and sustainable fiscal and monetary policies. Experience and convenience have induced most of them to conduct their monetary policy by relying on intermediate targets such as monetary aggregates or exchange rates. During the past decade, however, seven small and medium-sized advanced economies have broken with this tradition of using such intermediate targets and have begun to focus on the inflation rate itself. This new approach to the age-old problem of controlling inflation through monetary policies known as inflation targeting. Inflation targeting requires two things. The first is a central bank able to conduct monetary policy with some degree of independence. The second requirement for inflation targeting to work is the willingness and ability of the monetary authorities not to target other indicators, such as wages, the level of employment, or the exchange rate. A country that chooses a fixed exchange rate system, for example, which is useful in certain situations, subordinates its monetary policies to the exchange rate objective and will be unable to operate an inflation targeting system, especially when capital can move freely in and out of the country. Furthermore, I did some researches on Georgia's unemployment issues. Georgia's unemployment rate fell to an all-time low of 2.8% in November, according to the state. It is the first time the jobless measure has dipped below 3% since current records began in 1976. The State Department of Labor also said Thursday that a record number of individuals reported having a job in Georgia in November, rising to more than 5 million. The previous high came in January 2020. The unemployment rate had hit a previous record low in October at 3.1 percentage, uh, 3.1 percentages. Georgia's jobless rate has fallen every month since hitting an all-time high of 12.5% at the start of the pandemic in April 2020. Unemployment rates are calculated as a percentage of people considered part of the workforce actively searching for unemployment who cannot find it. If they stop searching, they're no longer counted. This is how the national unemployment rate is calculated. As well, in September, Georgia said more than 7,700 workers found jobs while 6,000 dropped out of the labor forces, resulting in an early 14,000 decrease in the number of residents officially considered unemployed. I'm actually impressed with the way that Georgia used the direct control measures really well by creating more jobs for people.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Sifa Syarwati Muhammad Syabaruddin. My metric number is 2020488814. So today I will present for my religious sector contribution in Georgia. Do you know what is the largest sector economy in Georgia? The largest sector of Georgia economy is agriculture. What is a Georgia economy contribution? In 2019, Georgia generated around 8.4 billion in agriculture cash, received with the highest value commodities being broiler, cotton, specifically upland and chicken egg. That same year, the value of Georgia agriculture, production and processing industry represented 4.5% of total state GDP, while in 2020 agriculture contribute around 7.37% to the GDP of Georgia. 21.63% came from the industry and 58.67% from the service sector. What industry is Georgia known for? Georgia is national leader in advanced manufacturing, outpacing the US in 10-year GDP growth in the manufacture of products including machinery, electrical equipment and components, and fabricated metals. What type of economy does Georgia have? Georgia have a mixed economic system which includes a variety of private freedom combined with centralized economic planning and government regulation. But why Georgia is so poor? It is because of unemployment remains one of the biggest challenge in the country. According to UNDP, the unemployment rate has increased to 12% and 68% of the population consider themselves unemployed. Labor market status is another big reason for the large number of Georgia population living in poverty.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Raiha binti Suhaili, metric number 2020498238. The last uses of national income statistic is international comparisons. One of the purposes of measuring national income is to make international comparisons of people living standards or real income. With the national income statistic, we can compare the absolute size of one economy relative to another and how well off the average individual is in each economy. Gross national income per capita current LCU in Georgia 2020 is $12,646.7 as compared in Malaysia $42,885.2. This shows that Georgia's national income is lower than Malaysia. There will be sharp increases in hiring by the industry hardest hit by COVID-19, hospitality, transportation, and personnel services. In addition, Georgia will see solid growth in local government hiring as well as hiring in logistics, business services, construction, information, and fintech. Manufacturing will see growth in hiring, but it will be somewhat restricted until supply chain problems are resolved. Personal income will grow by 1.9%, exceeding the projected national increase of 0.6%. Georgia's recovery will be bolstered by three major economic drivers: consumer spending, business spending, and housing. Job growth and higher wages will propel consumer spending. In addition, consumers will draw upon savings accumulated during the pandemic. United States households accumulated 12% of GDP in extra savings during the pandemic. Georgians are expected to spend about 4.5 more in 2022.